you've got something cool to write about.
Exactly.
And this book that, as we publish it, as this episode is out now, you have this book, this 33 and a third book about
Yes.
Duran Duran's Rio. What is that? How do you, this 33 and a third book series is great. I love these, all these books. What do you do to say, like
I want to be a
raise your
contributor.
hand, like I want to write about this book. How
Yeah.
does that work?
So every so often the series, and I don't know when this is running, but they actually have an open call now through mid-May. They basically have an open call for pitches, and they have on their website, I don't remember it offhand, but it's basically like, here's a book proposal and here's what we want you to include. It's kind of like, 2 to 3 pages on why you want to write the book, a little bit of, are there books by this artist coming out, some sample pages. So you would basically have to, like a paragraph about what the book's about. So it's basically putting a lot of thought into a proposal. And so this, I don't even remember if this was maybe 2018, maybe. I think that's when the proposal was, maybe. There was a call for proposals. And so I have been pitching Rio for years before that. I've pitched it at least twice, if not 3 times. I pitched it in 2007, I think, for the first time. And so I've always had it in the back of my mind that I'm like, I want to write about this. I want to write about this. And, I was like, I think I was busy and I was working on something. And so, I wasn't necessarily going to pitch this round. And then a friend of mine's like, yeah, I'm not going to, but I was like, you know what? I should just do it. And so like right before the deadline, I took my old proposal and I looked at it and I tore it up a little bit and started thinking about it a little bit more and basically sat down and wrote it. And, I got like, it was a couple months later, I got an email saying, congratulations, we're going to publish it. And I was like shaking because it's something that, the album is besides being, amazing and wonderful, has a good story behind it. And I've always really believed in it. And I've really always believed in Duran Duran. And so, I mean, like I've been telling people, I'm like, this is like a dream come true, but it's like literally like a career dream come true.
I would think it would, excuse me, not knowing the process before, I would think it would be like winning the lottery,
Yeah. And it's very, very competitive. They're, I think they get hundreds of proposals each time. And so, so I think whatever, I'd done it before. And so I think whatever it is, I finally kind of was able to articulate to someone else, because it's like selling, you're basically selling yourself and you're selling an idea, and I'm a freelance journalist. And so you do that all the time. You're putting together pitches together and, it takes skill. And sometimes sometimes it works and you hit, and sometimes you don't. And so I finally landed on the right combination. I was able to kind of say and be persuasive enough. And, and I think it's timing too. I think when I first started pitching, Duran Duran was, they didn't get as much respect as they do now. And I think over the last decade or so, especially, you've seen people